Hello everyone, it's John here again. This episode we're going to talk about the Howard Light Impact ear muff, which I've been using for the past 7 years. This is actually my second set which I've actually purchased, and I've found them quite a great little compact ear muff when they're packed up. The only things that you've got to be cautious of is when you're opening them up. Is just be very careful when you do open them up, because be aware these parts here are actually plastic, which is not a bad the design, but this is something to be mindful of. So I don't just open them up straight away, just be very cautious of it. The good thing is these things take 2 AA batteries, which is located in here. When you do change the batteries or and put it in, just make sure you don't force it up too hard, because it might damage that area there. And I actually picked these up for 99 Australian dollars. I know that eBay might sell them a little bit cheaper. The other thing about the batteries is always use good quality batteries. I've personally used Duracell, that's my personal choice, but everybody is just as good. Especially if you've got fairly large hands like me. I always use a dual screwdriver flathead just to take them out, and I always go by the positive side when you take them out. It's basically because when they do, if you take them out by the negative side, it's not actually a spring here, which the springs can also be damaged, but this has got a little lug on it. Which is very easy to break, so just be very mindful that when you do take them out and replace the batteries. The manufacturer does actually say that these things last up to 350 hours. That's pretty close. I've had good quality batteries last 250, 300 hours for about a year and a bit, because I don't use them all the time, but whenever I'm out and about I can use them up to 7-8 hours. Another great little option with these ear muffs is it's got a stereo speaker, so each one is independent for the obvious reasons. Another good thing, it's got a 3.5mm jack, which is great for listening to music, CB, whatever it is. When you are listening to music, the speakers do override the music, so if someone talks to you, the music will actually die down, and the 2 microphones will override everything else. And as you can probably see, they're very slender, they're very slim. The actual padding is quite generous, which makes them very comfortable, to where I've actually worn these things for 7 hours straight. And after a while I forgot that I was wearing them. I actually got the car, and then I started the car up, and then I realised I had them still on. So that's how comfortable they are. It's a very good, handy little product. And the great thing about this model, this Impact model, is when their sound goes over 85 dB, the microphones do not turn off. They will prevent any sound above 85 dB. I've actually used other microphone ear muffs that do actually turn off after a while. They do become annoying even in a high loud audio intense area. They turn off every split second, and when you're trying to have a conversation with someone for safety or whatever, it can become annoying. You can lose parts of the conversation. These ones here, they just keep on going. They reach the limit, and they will not go above that, and they just keep on running, which is a great plus. And as you can see here, when you put them back in, just very gently put the 2 back in again, and very gently squish them back down again. Overall, a fantastic product. When these ones do eventually wear out, where they wore out on me was just up here. The insulator on the wires actually started to break and went and expose the bare wires, but that was after 7 years of use, which I can't really complain. I got my money's worth out of it. I got these on special probably about a year ago for 99 Australian dollars. I know that on eBay you might be able to get them for 80, 90. It just depends on which site you go to. I've seen these at 120 Australian dollars, but even if you pay 120 Australian dollars, what's more important? Having a good, comfortable, safe ear muff, which is very practical, which is going to save your hearing, or do you want a $60 pair of ear muffs that it's not going to do the quality job of these muffs actually do? So it's virtually just quality. You're going to have to pay a bit more, and these ones do cut the mustard. I hope you found this video informative, and as always, I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.